It's a wonderful day, my friends and my viewers. Today, in this African Development Network, I want you to realize that the African Development Network is committed towards making sure we work with a whole lot of bright brains like you, so that we could have a wonderful continent, so that your country, your nation can actually be proud of you. So you have a gift, you have a potential, you have an idea in the educational sector, in the entertainment sector, religious sector. If you have an idea in the religious sector, science and technology, medical science, if you have an idea in the economic and business sector that you believe that could transform the continent of Africa, please, we need to partner with you. That is our job. That's why we're having a network. For close to 57 plus years now, several nations in Africa have actually experienced decadence, even with our independence. And this is like a distraction. This is like it puts a kind of a negative nostalgia inside of us, and that's what has opened the vision of the African Development Network. Please, for further information that you need to get in contact with us, please make sure that you look at the website, you look at the contact, and then let's work together anywhere you are, whether you are from South Africa, West Africa, East Africa, and North Africa, or if you're living outside Africa, Asia, the Arab nations, United States, Europe, wherever you are. As long as you're an African, as long as you have a passion, you have a vision to make sure that you make your contribution towards the development of Africa, please, let's work together and see that our continent comes to the glory, so that other nations, other continents can actually come here. Actually, I believe, and I know that we all know that Africa is a rallying point now when it has to do with international discussions. All the nations of the earth, all the continents, other continents are all interested in what is going on in the African continent, and it's important, it's imperative that we begin to put our energies together to see that we put our house in order before these investors, before these partners begin to find us. And our job in African Development Work is to have a hub of every one of us, so that with time, as people come to meet with us, we connect with you, we'll make you and assist you develop your vision, expand your vision and your potentials, and together we're going to make this continent a proud continent. For a couple of times now, I have been handling a series which I titled 20 Reasons Why the African Continent is Not Developing Faster. 20 reasons why the African continent is not developing faster, and 20 things Africans must do for Africa to develop faster. I've been able to deal with the issue of the over-dependency syndrome. I've dealt with the issue of preference of religion to science and technology. I've also dealt with the issue of slavery mentality. Today, I'm going to talk about the fourth reason why Africa is finding it difficult to develop faster. It's not that there's no development, but the development needs to be faster. And what Africans must do for this development to be faster. And the fourth one has to do with the separation of hard work from God's work. The separation of hard work from God's work. Underline the word hard work and God's work. I want to start by letting us know that there are things that God has done, and there are things that God cannot do. God, in his omnipotent nature, God, in his omniscient nature, has done everything, absolutely everything that you and I need in order for us to succeed as Africans. Whether you're into business, you're into entertainment, you're a religious person, you're an imam or you're a pastor, whether you're a political office holder, whether you're a human rights activist, you're a lawyer, it doesn't matter what you do. There is a part when it has to do with your own contribution towards the realization of the vision, the passion in your heart. And from the personal point of view, to the community point of view, to the state or county point of view, to the national point of view, and to the continent point of view, God has finished his work. And I want us to know that God cannot do for you what you can do for yourself. And let me bring it back home. God cannot do for Africans what we can do for ourselves. Enough of hiding under the cloak of ignorance and the cloak of religion, bequeathing and relinquishing our responsibilities to God. I say that the fourth reason why Africa is not developing the way it ought to develop is the separation of hard work from God's work. Let me explain to us this. I found this out that several persons living within the continent of Africa, there is this mentality of God can do it. There's this mentality of if God cannot do it, nothing can be done. Yes, I believe in God. I trust that God can do everything, but God cannot do all things for you. God can do everything, but God cannot do all things for you. God cannot do all things for you. It sounds like I am an atheist, but I am a believer. I'm a Christian, and that's why I'm telling you this. Let me just tell you now, God has provided mineral resources. God through his work has provided mineral resources for our continent, Africa. It is our hard work to convert and develop these mineral resources to commercial and economic value. I repeat, number one, God through his work has provided mineral resources locked down in Ivory Coast, locked down in Liberia, locked down in Nigeria. We have tin, we have bauxite, we have oil, we have diamond, we have gold in Congo Kinshasa. But it is our hard work, is our innovative hard work, our scientific innovations that is now delaying the conversion of God's work to our success, to our economic advancement. So it takes the hard work of Africans, innovation, getting ourselves involved in certain profitable, innovative ventures to convert the hard work of God by providing our nations, our continent with natural resources. We need to now engage our own hard work to convert this to economic value. This is one of the reasons why our continent is not making advancement. Several nations of the world do not have the God work of provision of natural resources like we have it in Africa. But these people, the little they have, or little or no, or nothing they have converted the God work through hard work for commercial and economic value. Look at a country like United Arab Emirates, a desert. Their gift was a desert. God's work gave them a desert. But through hard work, they converted a desert to a tourist center. This is what I am talking about. This is why Africa is where it is today. This is why the continent is where it is today. God has finished his work by creating human beings and call it the made in African human beings, the made in Nigerian human beings, the made in Cameroon human beings, the made in South African human beings, the made in the made in Liberia human beings, the made in Mali human beings. God has actually, the made in Kenya human beings. God has finished creating these human beings. It is now your job and my job to convert these human beings to human capital. A human being is worthless if there is no conversion from the number of the human beings to human capitals. Wow. So it is important for us to go through training. It's important for us to get through human development platforms. It's now left for us in Africa to look at the teeming young people. Over 50% of over 60% of people living in Nigeria, for instance, are all young people. These are all human beings endowed with potentials, endowed with ideas, endowed with giftings that can actually change our medical sector, endowed with talents that can change the entertainment sector for good, endowed with giftings that can actually transform our business sector, our economic sector, that can transform the political sector. But it takes hard work from these individuals for there to be a conversion from ordinary human being to human capacity, a human capital development. That means one can actually buy you, one can actually buy your ideas, one can actually invest in your ideas. Let me use a better word. One can actually tap into the giftings that you have actually developed. Just like I said before, God has finished his work when he has to do with the provision of natural resources. In the same way, God has also finished his work when he has to do with the creation of human beings. It's now for us to convert these ordinary human beings who are just part of the population census and convert them to human capital development, human capacity make them profitable. We need to engage them into training. We need to get them exposed to artificial intelligence and all the 21st century digital skills for them to be profitable. Millions of people are unprofitable when it has to do with the continent of Africa. We're just roaming up and down, waking up in the morning, not doing anything when it has to do with our vision, our future, the nations that God has committed into our hands. The third part of it is that God's work is to give us ideas. It is now for us to work out these ideas and make these ideas profitable. Any idea that God has dropped in your heart, it is imperative you begin to work on it. It's imperative you step by step you begin to get the necessary trainings, get the necessary partnership. And that's what the African Development Network is committed to. We're making sure that we put our heads together to see how we could assist you, how we could make sure that these ideas do not die in you. We want to make sure that we help you so that you will not be part of the population census, so that you will not become a statistical data, so that you begin to make a contribution towards the development of your state, of your nation, of the continent of Africa. God's work is to give you sound health. It is now up to you to develop sound mind. God has given you sound health. You have the physical body. You are not sick. You are not paralyzed. You breathe well. You're not on oxygen. You're not lying on the bed. You have a physical 2 hands. You have your legs. You have good stature. You have good physique. God has given you. It is the handwork of God. So we need you. God wants you. Your nation wants you. The continent wants you to engage in hard work to convert your physical health to convert your sound health to a sound mind. And the fourth part of it is that God's work has given Africa a clement weather. It is now our responsibility to use this handiwork of God of a clement weather and convert it to proper use, and convert it to productive use, and convert it to economic success and economic advancement. What have I been able to talk about today? I've been able to let us know that it takes the commitment, the synergy, the meeting point of your hard work, of my hard work, of our hard work in Africa and in Nigeria in particular, for the handiwork of God not to be frustrated. I believe that if I could speak the right mind of God at this point in time, He's angry with Africa. He's angry with Nigerians. He's angry with you and I. If I could say something, if I can actually stand in the gap, if I can actually have the authority to speak on behalf of God, I am sure that God is angry with Africans. God is angry with us, with so much human beings, billions of young people, with so much billions of dollars and trillions of dollars of natural resources, ranging from diamond, to bauxite, to tin, to copper, to sugar, to gold, to silver. Yet we're impoverished. Yet our health sector has gone down. Yet our economic system is nothing to write home about. Yet our education is like trash. Our certificates from our universities are nothing to write home about. Why? We have not been able to learn how to mix hard work and God's work. We have not been able to form a synergy. We have not been able to put our ideas together. We have actually relinquished our mind, our soul, our body to God. We are just lost in a false euphoria of excitement. I believe God will do it. I believe one day God will change Africa. I want to let you know that it's a lie. I believe God is going to change Ivory Coast. It's a lie. I believe that one day God is going to change Kenya. I tell you it's a lie. I believe that God is going to change Nigeria. I tell you it's a lie. I believe that God is going to change Mali. I tell you it's a lie. God is not going to do that. God has finished His work. God is done by creating you. God is done by making sure that your country has a whole lot of mineral and natural resources. I am a pastor, and several people are asking me, what are you talking about? Do you mean that there's no place for God? Yes, there is a place for God, but there is a place for your work. There's a place for my work. Each and every one of us that are Africans, each and every one of us must make our own contributions to see that the continent of Africa experiences unusual economic, socio-political, entertainment revolution that will give birth to the Africa that we are waiting for. I'm a leadership consultant. I believe in you. I believe in your idea. I believe in the giftings that God has given to you. I believe that you're part of the people that God wants to use to change the continent of Africa. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter where you are from. It doesn't matter for you to be able to meet this video, for this video to be on your tablet at this point in time. It means that you have a part and a role to play. Please make sure you connect with us under the auspices of the African Development Network. We're going to assist you blow your vision. We're going to assist you grow. We're going to assist you. Let me borrow the African language. You're going to blow. You're going to have expansion. Please connect with us. Get us on WhatsApp. Check out our website. African Development Network is sponsored by iGold Africa. It's also sponsored by Leeds Faith House Business Company Limited and the Faith House Leadership Center. Please look at the phone numbers on the screen, connect with us, and we're going to make Africa proud. See you in the next video. Please click on the like button, share to your friends, and make sure you get the notification so that at all points we drop a video, you get on, so you don't miss out on any. We are waiting for you. Do have a nice day. Thank you so much.